This is Jay Pursoon with Lava Magazine. I'm here with Eric Verflute with K-Swiss. He's the VP of Sports Marketing with the company, and it's kind of cool. I used to wear K-Swiss original shoes back in grade school, and now this brand has moved forward from a tennis brand and a casual brand into a triathlon and running brand. It's been a fun project for you.
Yeah, it has. I mean, it's funny how many times someone started a sentence with "I used to wear K-Swiss back in whatever," and it's nice. I mean, our brand has some great heritage, and I think that's one of the things that's helped us in this space is that people trust our brand. It's not like we came out of nowhere. We might have been quiet for a little while, but we certainly have a history in making shoes, and a lot of people have a memory of a K-Swiss shoe at some point. So, yeah, it's been fantastic, but this is certainly a much more exciting direction.
Cool. On the table here, we've got a new shoe that's coming out for 2011. This is the Quickie Blade Lite. Evolution of the blade. The blade's been running for the last year or so.
Yeah, just right about a year. And the Quickie's really a sort of a greatest hits, and maybe greatest misses. I mean, depending on some of the things we've learned, things that we could have done that we didn't do, and we wanted to make a shoe that sort of incorporated all of our good stuff. The Blades technology has been one that's been an absolute home run for us. It's progressive cushioning, which sounds like a marketing 101 type of name, but anyone who's put the shoe on can feel it. The slower you go, the softer the shoe feels, but as you start to speed up, these blades start to flex from one at a time, which is where they start when you walk, and then as you start to speed up, you start contacting more than one, and the shoe firms up. So at speed, they feel like a flat, but when you're going slow, they feel like a nice lightweight trainer.
Cool. And then you've got a little bit of medial stability. Just tell us a little about putting that in.
I think that's, going back to that greatest hits, I think one of the things that the Kona really addressed, that was sort of our first shoe that everybody started wearing was the Konas, that triathletes have a different and a unique need that most runners don't have, and that is late in a race, you start to fatigue. So this is a neutral ass. It's very, very semi-curved. But late in a race, when your quads are gone, your hamstring's gone, you might need a little more midfoot support than the average runner. So while this has a transition and it's a great forefoot striking shoe, and if you're heel striking, got a nice crash pad on it, this midfoot support is just enough so that it's there when you need it, and it's not obnoxious if you don't. So a neutral runner can wear it. It's certainly for a stability runner who needs that support. It's nice to be able to pick up a 9-ounce, 9-ish ounce shoe and be able to get that kind of performance.
That's awesome. What's been the response from the athletes as far as you've just been kind of just showing them, and obviously Chris Lieto was the first one to debut in the Kona.
Chris and Terenzo, Chris was, when Chris decided to wear him, then we knew we had something, because he is very difficult to please. We love him, but he, he's a very articulate, very minute, detail-oriented person. And so a week before the Ironman in Kona, he tried this shoe out and decided that, and we only gave it to him to try out. And he asked if he could run Kona in it, and I said, rather you didn't. Only because it's his race, He thinks so. And he said, no, this is, feels like no other shoe I've worn. And part two of it was he said, I want to do it barefoot. And he'd never run even a marathon barefoot. Again, I recommended against it, but he felt comfortable enough with seam free, which is one of the new technologies that we have. With the seam free and the ionic mask, which is another technology on there that we can talk about. He felt comfortable and he let it rip, and he went no blisters.
Perfect.
26.2.
So this comes out when?
Any day. It's Chinese New Year, so a lot of the factories are having trouble getting product in time. But this is a Q111 product, so we're dying to get it. It should be hitting the stores and online and all of our different spots literally within the next week or two.
Cool. Then last question, you're doing Ironman Austria.
Oh God.
What are you running in?
I am either going to run, I love the Blades Lite run.
Yeah.
I'm a big fella. Hopefully I'm not as big when I do Ironman Austria, but I'll do the Blades Lite run. If I'm really feeling great, then I'm going to do the Quickie.
Cool.
The Blades Lite's a good shoe for me.
Excellent. Eric, thanks for the time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.